Most photographers get drawn to the American Southwest at some time or other. There's hardly anywhere else in the world with such a variety of spectacular and photogenic landscapes. The infrastructure is perfect, and of course there's the American way of life. In some places there's even a good weather guarantee. In March and April this year I made my 10th trip to the Southwest. On the first afternoon after arriving in Las Vegas, I immediately headed off to the red and white sandstone of the Red Rocks. After the awesome landscapes of the Red Rocks, Las Vegas is always a shock. The city is so alive, chaotic, gaudy and very loud, but there couldn't be a greater variety of subjects for a photographer. So you've just got to keep your head, be calm and concentrate on your work. When there's so much action around, time-lapses always make fascinating photos. Ideal subjects are the streets that runs from east to west, or the activity in casinos. In my experience, the best equipment for time-lapses are Fujifilm's X100T or X-T1 with a 12mm 2.8 lens from Zeiss. And things get even better when night falls. There are thousands of people strolling along the legendary strip and going in and out of the casinos. Depending on the perspective that I want, I either use a 17mm tilt shift lens or a 15mm Distagon from Zeiss to capture this city in its whole size. There are plenty of bridges over the strip, though that it's easy to get high viewpoints. Most people associate Death Valley with desert, sand, dunes and heat. The salt surface of the Badwater Basin, for example, lays 86 meters below sea level and is the lowest point in North America. The record temperature of 57 degrees Celsius was also measured here. Two things are essential for a photographer: plenty to drink and good sun protection. The temperatures are only bearable between November and March. But you've just got to have experienced this incredible landscape. At almost 3,500 meters, Telescope Peak is the highest peak in the region. There's often snow on the summit, even when everything far below is shimmering in the heat. The climb up Telescope Peak is long, but its unique landscapes makes it well worthwhile. Naturally, landscape photography is all important in Death Valley, but there are also a few ghost towns nearby that are certainly worth a visit. In Betty, for example, there are a few old-timers and all the old buildings that are really interesting subjects. My difficulty was to get the right height for the perspective that I wanted. Thanks to the lag intention tubes for my tripod, I managed to actually get a working height of almost 2 meters 20. And just as I was ready, the right light came along too. Perfect. More than 1 million people visit the Death Valley National Park every year. Thank goodness, most of them stay down in the valley and target highlights such as the Brisky Point, Artist Drive and Badwater Basin. I much prefer these viewpoints that are high up in the mountains, where there's usually nobody around. One that's easy to reach, even with a normal vehicle, is Dante's View.
Wow. Stark.
If your vehicle has more clearance, or even better four-wheel drive, then you can even drive to places such as Augerbury Point. If you are even prepared to take a rucksack and the right equipment, you can get to really unique sites. And you'll be rewarded with fantastic views down over Death Valley and monumental landscapes.
Travel-Fotografie bedeutet für mich nicht nur
For me, travel photography doesn't just mean driving to classic viewpoints by car. Rather, it means hiking and mountaineering to extraordinary places in the mountains. Like here, 2000 meters above Death Valley. Sure, my rucksack was heavy and the route was even difficult in places, but it was worth the effort. Of course, I've reduced my equipment to the essentials. My 7R Mark II camera from Sony with 3 small and light fixed aperture lenses from Zeiss and my tripod from NOVOFLEX. Really just with my hiking poles, as I need them anyway for walking. It's just magical here, and these are the moments I live for.